Hello everyone, and welcome back to Revit Snippets. Great tips you can learn in just a few minutes. Today's lesson is for all of you who are struggling to find a particular element in the view of your Revit model. By the way, if you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and get tutorials like this every single day. Alright, let's start with the first step. Let's say I want to open level 1 view. Simply follow these following steps, and if one step makes your element appear again, then you will know that's the reason it was hidden in the first place. When you have that information, simply undo these steps, and then perform only the step that made it appear again. That's what I find the easiest method to do this. Okay, step number 1, let's open the VV window. Expand all the categories in here, select all of them, and tick the boxes to make them all turned on. Do the same for annotation categories, expand all, select all, turn them all on. We need to do this to turn on not only the main categories, but also their subcategory as well. Analytical, you may not need this, but if you do, then expand all, select all, and untick all the boxes. Imported categories, same principle applies, and click OK. You see now it has turned on a lot more elements. If the object you need is still not showing, you need to change the view range now to see everything you can from this view. So let's raise the view range up to maybe something very high, maybe 200 meters. And set all other drop-downs to be unlimited. Click OK now. And then if you change the view to wireframe mode, that thing you're looking for may have showed up. If you are working not in a plan view like this, but in elevation, the equivalent step to changing view range is to extend the far clip offset. So if I go now to an elevation, I need to go to far clipping, select this button next to it, and make sure that it's saying no clip. And then do wireframe again. See then if you can find the hidden elements. If it's still missing, then you may want to disable the view crop. So untick this box here and see everything you can from this viewpoint. The same applies to the plan view. If I go back to level 1, I can now uncrop this view to see everything it can show. If you've done these steps and the element is still missing, then check if your model is work shared. If it is, go down here to the work sets button and open the window. In this window, you will want to make sure that these boxes for all the worksets are selected. If one is unticked like this, make sure to tick it again. Do that for all worksets and click OK. That should bring up some additional elements and then see if you can find the thing you need. If that still didn't do it, go back to the worksets window. Check under this opened column to see if any worksets are not loaded. You will know it's not loaded when it says here no, like that. In that case, select the same line for that workset and click on Open. Do that for all the worksets that are closed, and then you can do OK to confirm. If that still doesn't fix the missing element problem, and you have Revit links in your file, there's one more thing you need to do. Go to Insert, Manage Links. I don't have any link here at the moment, so let's bring in one quickly. Maybe this one here. So let's say there's a chance that your element, the one you're looking for, could be in one of your Revit links, and your Revit links are work shared model as well. In that case, you need to check one of those links. Click on it here, go to Manage Worksets, and as you can see, the link itself, it has worksets. These are different from the worksets you have here in the active model. If the link contains the element you need, but the element is on one of those worksets that are not loaded from this link, it won't show up here in your host file. So similar to the step before, we need to go in here, select those worksets from this link, make sure all of them are open or loaded, and click on Reload if necessary. If you need to open one of them here to make this opened column all yeses, then click on Reload to accept this change. That will go ahead and reload the model, this time with all worksets included. If this still doesn't show the hidden elements you're looking for, go back to VV of this view, go to the Revit Links tab, and ensure that you have this tick box enabled for all of your links. If it's unticked like this, the link won't be visible, and that element in that link may not be showing up. Click OK to confirm. And if the element that you need still doesn't show up, you need to go back to VV again, Revit links one more time, and check any link that has this display settings value not equal to by host view. If so, the link is using some custom visibility settings from here. It could show here either by linked view or custom. To see the elements you need from this link potentially, you need to change this to by host view again. Click OK. Do it for any other link that is not showing by host view and press OK to confirm. If the element still refuses to show up, you need to check your design options if you have any. So go down to this design option drop down and just go through your options. There's a good chance that an element is in one of those non-primary options and that's why it's not showing up. Just go through them one by one, check the view each time and see if you can see that element. If that still fails to show the elements you need, you can do one more step here. I will turn off Revit links so we'll have a cleaner view to work with. We'll be now looking at element overrides because that may be why your element isn't showing up. So someone could have done this. They can do overrides graphics in view on this element. And for the lines, they can just choose a white color. Then you see the element is there, but nothing is indicating that it's there. To overcome this problem, you need to do shaded mode, so change the view to shaded. And there we go. Even though you don't see the lines of this element, you can still see its color. And now you know it's there. This can also resolve the issue of overridden line work. So if I undo a few steps now, instead of overwriting the color of those lines belonging to this element, someone could have done this as well. They can go to Manage or Modify, go to the Line Work tool, select Indivisible Lines, and manually turn off the lines showing your object. But even if that's the case, I can still change to shaded mode to show that element again. Anyway, if that still doesn't show the elements you're looking for, we need to check the family of the item as well. So if I go now to a view, I can see this element is there and it's showing fine. But if I change the view's detail level from medium to coarse, I don't see that anymore. The reason is, if I go into the family itself, I can see that if I select anything here, like this extrusion item, under visibility settings, it has been set to not show at that detail level. Only at medium or fine can I see that item in my project. So the key thing is this, make sure you toggle through these 3 levels of details, because one of them may just show the elements you need. But what if that still didn't do it? Then we have something more to try. You can change the view face and face filter. Let's go down to the bottom of this view's properties list. You can see there, the face filter is now set to show all. For the better chance of seeing the elements you're looking for, change this to none. And that should make your view show a bit more. Next step, if you still haven't found the elements you're looking for, go to the face line just below face filter and change the view between those faces. Go through each one by one, check the view each time. Still don't see your element, go back here, change it to the new face, check again, and so on until you exhaust that full list of phases. The reason is, an element may be created on any of those phases, and if the phase filter and the phase setting they don't play well together, that element will disappear. But what if that still doesn't do it? You need to try the next step, and that is to check the view's discipline. Under graphics, there's a line here that says discipline. If this is set to architectural, for example, the view may not show structural or MEP elements in full. For the best chance to find your hidden element, change this to coordination. Because in this discipline, the view will show absolutely every item from any discipline. Architecture, structure, MEP, and so on. Still doesn't do it? Go back to VV now. And the next thing to try is to disable any filter you have. So let's say I have in here 2 filters like this. Any of these filters may have been the reason why my element isn't showing up. So I can try to go here to the enable filter column and untick all those boxes under this column. Apply and see if my element is now appearing again. This is a bit more easily done in Revit 2021 because now you have this additional column here. For earlier Revit versions, you might have to go into this table, select each line, and remove the filter just so you can disable it. Don't worry, once you have found the element, go back here and add them back as you like. That's also why maybe it's a good idea to take a screenshot of this view filter list first before you delete them for this test. Now, if everything you've done so far still doesn't show the element you need, unfortunately, that object may have been hidden by element. Let me show quickly how that was done. Let's go back to level 1 now and try to hide those 2 trees there by element. This is something that is bad to do, but you know, in real life, people sometimes they do this very often. So, one way to try and unhide those elements is of course to review hidden elements like this. Select them and unhide by element. But what if you have 20, 30, 50 elements hidden like this in the model? It will take forever to find them this way. And also, if you have a much busier view like this, with lots of elements and Revit links, when you try to do review hidden elements like this, you may not be able to see anything in the view, let alone trying to find those hidden elements. Luckily, I have this Dynamo Script that you can use to automatically unhide anything that is hidden in this view by element. This script is available in the video description. To use it, simply download it now, then go to Manage, open Dynamo. The script is called here unhide all elements in the view. Let's open it. And here, there's nothing to specify. You just have to click on Run and let Dynamo does its job. So remember, you have here 2 hidden trees. Let's see if we can run this to turn them back on. Here we go. Not only those trees, but the script also scan everything in the model, find elements that are hidden in this active view, and unhide them in this view for you. That's why I can see now I have some Sun Module Plus units hidden. When I click on this green button on each one, I would be taken straight to that element, and that is there. Elevation markers, that one was hidden before, but now it's showing again. And of course our tree families, there are 2 of them here, now it's back on again as well. So try this Dynamo script from the description, and that may be the only thing you need to do. If you have done all of those steps, and the element is still hiding from you, it's time for the last resort. I know sometimes we are certainly sure that the view here should be the one showing our object, but you know, we're just human. People make mistakes. Maybe the element is visible in another view, not this one. In that case, go to the 3D Axle view and try to find it here, because here it will show the full building. There's a good chance as well that this 3D view that you have been working on for a long time, maybe it has certain view filters or graphic overrides that make the element you're looking for even invisible here in this view. So what I usually do is this. I will go to my project browser, see the view that has been opened as my default 3D view is this one here. Right click, choose to delete it. Next step, I can go back to the little house button up there, click on it, and that will create for me a fresh new 3D Axle view with no graphic overrides, no filters, nothing custom applied in terms of visibility. And that gives me the highest chance of seeing the elements I'm looking for in here. Once you can find it here, maybe you realize that, oh, that element, it was actually on level 2, and this whole time you've been looking on level 1. Anyway, I need to admit that is rare. Most of the time, I couldn't find an element in my view. It's because it was hidden in that view by element by someone else. So, feel free to get this Dynamo script here from the video description. It will scan all elements in the project, find out which one was hidden in your active view, and unhide all those elements for you. Once you have performed all of those steps, and find out which one turned back on the elements you need, undo the changes to your model, redo only that single step, and you get your elements back. Alright, if you like more tutorials like this every single day, make sure to subscribe to this channel. For now, have a good day and I'll see you in the next lesson.